everybody. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you all are enjoying your day. I want to say shout out to all of the moms out there. Shout out to all the mothers. Happy Mother's Day. All the Serican moms, all the aunties and cousins. Happy Mother's Day. Yes, I wanted to just come in and check in with you all. I wanted to see how you all are doing. I have a good video for you all today. But my name is Melanie and I'm your social work development coach, and you are watching Core Inspirations. It's a channel designed with social work students and professionals in mind. So you already know you're at the right place, right? At the right time. And on Core Inspirations channel, we talk about all things social work and development. So I also wanted to let you know, be sure to join me on Instagram. If you are not following me on IG, like, what are you doing? I post really good content over there, and I am currently doing Q&As with professionals in the field, so it's always good to kind of get like that day-to-day insight of what other social workers and professionals are doing in the field. So definitely make sure you join me and follow me on IG. Want to work with me personally? Make sure that you DM me the word, you ready for it? Custom courses. DM me so that we can kind of get started on giving you your training and your training and development needs. I'm looking forward to working with you. But yeah, I have a good one for you all today. The onboarding process. The onboarding process. And you may see me kind of look down from time to time. I wanted to make sure that I organized what I wanted to talk about. But yeah, are you starting a new job? Are you starting a new role? For some of you all who do not know too much about me, or if you haven't watched my channel in a while, again, like I said, my name is Melanie, and I am a child and family therapist. Social worker first, right? But I have obtained my BSW, my MSW, and like I said, I'm an LCSWA, where I clinically practice in the state of North Carolina. And I love what I do. I absolutely love what I do. And I am just pretty much moved into a role of providing custom courses to professional students and professionals within the field. I have a lot of you all are coming into the social work field, coming from different other genres of work, you know, different fields of work. Some people in the finance sector, some people in the medical sector. So I've been talking and chatting with you all. Like I said, y'all want to get on that IG, honey, we be doing it. Typically, I don't have a really set schedule really right now for Instagram, but what I am trying to do is kind of show up a lot more. Like I said, I'm doing the Q&A, so I've been enjoying that. I typically go on Tuesdays at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, and I might bump it up to Thursdays depending on how you all respond. So if you want to catch me on a live, typically it'll be either Tuesday or Thursday, or if it's just, you know, one of those productive weeks and you all are letting me know you want more of the lives, I'll come in on Tuesdays and Thursdays around that same time, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, I want to get into today's topic, the onboarding process. So you identified an employer or identified a company or organization that you want to work with. You did that bait, you got them hooked on into your skills and letting them see all of your awesomeness. But now you got to the place where they're responding back and they want to bring you on board and you've gotten hired. So let's stop right there. Congratulations. That's a big thing. It's not something, you know, just to kind of walk over. But I wanted to talk, you know, give you some more insight and take the time out to talk about more about that onboarding process. So though it may be an exciting time and you're super excited, and you should be, it also can be real stressful. So I wanted to give you 3 takeaways of what you can do to rock the onboarding process within your social work or professional career. Number 1, be patient. So like I said, I know it can be a lot of, you know, back and forth communication, being patient with the paperwork, right? And especially if you are a clinician that's starting out, you're having to provide those licenses, you're having to provide, you know, your MPI numbers, you're having to also get all of your demographic information, identification, you have to show proof of clinical supervision contracts. I mean, it's a lot of paperwork when you're talking about the clinical sector. And even if you're not in the clinical sector, if you're getting a traditional social work role, you still have to provide proof. Sometimes they want your transcripts. Sometimes they want an official transcript. So you have to go about that and spend some coins to get that, to make sure that you have to wait for the time for it to come. So it's just a lot of stuff that you have to furnish up before you officially start, working in your role. So you definitely want to be patient. Be impatient within that process, because it takes a lot that you have to provide, and then things that you have to, once you're on board, other paperwork that you have to sign. Like some of you all, depending on how you got into your position, you may initially applied online and then did all the interviews, maybe a first, a second, or third interview, and then you got offered the job and you accepted the offer. But now you got to go through all of the employment application process. So getting your referrals and getting your references and going back over your work history is so much that you have to do. So I want to tell you, be patient. Be patient with yourself and be patient with your new company or organization, because it's a lot. Also, things to be patient with: the orientation, the training. You got to understand you're going to be learning new systems and new softwares and new terminology. So you want to make sure that you're giving yourself ample enough time. So whatever your regimen is, whatever your routine may be to help you to become more patient, do that. Do that. If you need your tea or you need your coffee before you get on the call, do that. But I just want to tell you, be patient. Even though, again, it's an exciting time, it's a wonderful time. You put your work in and it's actually, got back results and positive results. You got the job. But you have to make sure that you also pace yourself, okay? Pace yourself for being patient. So number two, and the onboarding process. You get a chance to assess the company culture. Yes. So within that time frame that you're just coming on, you're still a newbie, you're kind of learning the ropes, you need to kind of know, like, what team am I going to be on? Is that made clear to you? Is that made clear to you? Do you know that? Will you be working in a team? Will you be working more one-on-one? What about management? Who will be your, your direct support? Who will be your supervisor? For my supervisors going to supervisor's role, what team will you be over? What team will you be over? How many people may be in your team? When will you become acclimated to be introduced to your team? Will you do those general introductions? Are you going to do one-on-one with your team members? Like I'm telling you, it's a lot, right? But you already did number one, so you're patient. But number two, you're taking the time to kind of sit back and you're assessing the company culture. You're looking at ways that they communicate. Do they primarily communicate via email? Do they have like little chat boxes where they do a lot of the chat, and they expect you to make sure that you're paying attention to that, because they may kind of, give you some communication or send you certain things throughout the day through via chat. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. A lot have changed since COVID. So a lot of companies are still working remote. So you want to make sure that you are understanding and fully aware to assess what is this company's number one or initial form of contact, and what do they expect ongoing, okay? Another thing, too, you get to see how professional is the organization. And let's be honest, let's be truthful. You don't get to know so much when you are going through the initial process and getting on. When you start that onboarding process, you're getting an open view, get to peek in a little bit and see. And you want to take full advantage of that. Assess, how is the organization? Are people professional? Are the people that are talking with you and kind of helping you with the ropes, whether it's your orientation person, how do they make you feel? Do they make you feel rushed up? Do they feel like they're stressed? Do they feel like they're like really short-tempered? You want to take note to that, because this is your time to assess agency's culture, okay? And then the last thing, number three, you want to make sure that you are not being afraid to ask necessary questions, because this is your work, right? You are expected to spend a lot of time solving a problem, and then it's a give and exchange, right? So outside of conversation, you want to make sure you're asking questions. You want to know what expectations are there for you in your role, because as you know, you have your 30, your 60, and your 90 days. And those, for most times within organizations and companies and agencies, those are your typical probationary period time. So you want to make sure that you're really, knocking it out the park, making sure that you're meeting your goals and agency goals. And you want to be clear on that. You want to be clear. And sometimes it doesn't always require asking a question, depending on if you're listening, you're going through orientation. But as you know, a lot of companies nowadays, they are really kind of like doing away with some of this training. And then if it's training, it's a condensed training, and it's not an in-depth training. So sometimes I'll tell you again, going back to number one, being patient. They may promise you, hey, we're going to train you for 6 to 8 weeks. And then initially some things may come up And that 6 to 8 weeks may turn into 2 weeks or a week. So where they may, push you in the front, you may have to do a little bit of shadowing, or you may have to do a little bit of starting the job and kind of like learning as you go, So be mindful of knowing, yourself. Be mindful of knowing yourself and what your initial style is. But if you're being patient and you're being able to assess company culture, you definitely should be sure to make sure that you're asking the necessary questions, such as employment benefits. Say if there's things that they promise you within that interview process where you really haven't heard any additional information about it, it's time to ask those questions. You want to make sure, like I said, that the communication is aligned, that you all are aligned, because like I said, it's a give and exchange, okay? So hopefully these tips were really helpful for you. Just to kind of recap, number one, be patient with yourself and your employer. Number two, make sure that you take advantage to assess company culture. And number three, don't be nervous to stand up for yourself, to ensure you are understanding what your expectations are. And sometimes that comes with you asking more questions. So again, don't forget to follow me, you all, on Instagram. Make sure you follow and join that community. And if you want to work with me personally on one-on-one for some of your training and development needs, definitely make sure that you Instagram me. Make sure that you DM me on Instagram. Custom course, so that way I can shoot you over some paperwork so we can begin your journey of doing, getting the support you need to really just soar throughout your career. Because if you don't know, you will soon know. You need support here. You need support to really get to places that you want to go in your career and being intentional. Like I said, I've been through a lot in my field. If you have not known, or if you're new to the channel, my background is in government. I worked for the Department of Social Services for 9 years. I've also have had teaching roles, and I've also, where I'm currently at, is a family and child therapist. I'm currently in a clinical role, so I have a lot of insight again. So definitely make sure, comment below, what is your onboarding process? Has it been like crazy? If y'all got some crazy stories, definitely comment below. I would love to know, because every company is different. I know myself, some of the roles that I've had, training and onboarding has been so different compared to, different companies and agencies. Every organization, every company, they have their own standard of practice of what they do for their onboarding process. But let me know. Definitely share this video with anybody that you feel like it'll be useful for. And I want to also let you guys know I'm on a road to 1K subscribers here on IG. You see, I've been over there a lot, right? I've been doing a lot of work over there. But I'm up to one. I'm going on, just really build my following over here on YouTube. Like I said, how it works. I guess that 1K is the sweet spot. So I'm not there yet. So definitely make sure you all subscribe. Like the video if you found it useful. And I will talk with you all later in the next video. Bye. Have a good one.